Kia ora from New Zealand. It's been a while since I did a speaking video. And I wanted to say some things about perception. What I'm seeing and what I've been experiencing is boils down to, I reckon, is a fight for our minds and our attention and our perception and how we perceive what's going on is really, really important. We can look at it as a big overwhelming wave of stuff that's happening to us, or we can be the happeners in our lives. We can be centered in ourselves and cause the happenings. When we're sitting in ourselves, causing the happenings and owning our life and making our decisions and choosing what we focus on, because that's all we do all day really, is choose things, make choices about what to look at, what to eat, where to go, what to do. You know, everything we do is a choice, and our place of power is present here in the now, making these choices, not allowing them to be made for us and us to be la off on a little thought train to nowhere or another loop or another distraction. So, and this is just, this is what I reckon. We've all been hardwired and trained, especially with the fake book. If you look back, fake book started, I don't know, I first went on it just after the earthquake, so that's probably 2010. And that was like an experiment to see about how they could influence people. So one of the things on there is people start craving the likes and the quick hits of the little pleasure dopamines and stuff, get the hypothalamus pump the pleasure chemicals, because that's all we are really, is a nervous system and a bunch of chemicals and the consciousness riding around in it. So we get trained, our brains get trained and hardwired to look for the quick fix, the instant gratification, and what we're looking for inside is these little hits of the dopamine and, as I say, the happy juices. They actually have cords that can drain these happy juices too, I might add, that go in the back of your necks. But anyway, aside from that, we have been hardwired this way, and this is what they're relying on now with TIs, is that we look for the easy fix. We want instant gratification now. We want it to stop now. And the problem is that the answers are within. We're not going to win this war without. There's a saying, it says, go within or go without, and that's pretty much it. You need to go inside and get back into your little driver's seat and start making the choices for yourself about what you're going to focus on, because they're going to jump up and down. They're never going to stop. They're going to jump up and down and leap about and poke and prod and electronically stab you and try to get your attention, whatever it may be. They want your attention. They want you out. They want you on the out, looking for the answer there. The answer isn't there. It's within. This is how we win. It's in. Win, in. Well, there we go. Within. So, by doing this, by grabbing those reins and pulling them back and going, F you, I'm going to make my own freaking choices, and shifting our focus to what we want to focus on. So, despite how shit things appear in your life, there's things to be grateful for. I haven't been living the life that I wanted to live because I've been so busy trying to deal with this and understand this and learn about this and how to respond to this, that my inner practices went on the wayside, and I'm dragging them back right now. They're mine, and I'm dragging them back, and that's who I am, and I want to stay centered in those practices raising my light frequency, looking around me going, oh my gosh, I've got a home, I've got relative privacy in the home, safety, you know, if it rains, I'm sheltered, I've got a warm bed, I've got plenty of food, I've got a car, a reliable vehicle that I can get around in, and I just go on this, as the Abrahams put it, Esther Hicks, on a rampage of gratitude. And once you get rolling on that, you can start off going, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm grateful for. Oh, okay, I'm grateful that I have this life, perhaps, this home, this fresh water. And you end up on this big rampage. And while you're doing this rampage and focusing on that, you're not focusing on the other stuff. And that is, you want to shift that over to within, and your focus being on positive things that you want to see more of in your life. We want the quick fix. We think this is too simple, but it's not. It's the answer. I believe it's the answer. It's all about your perspective and what you're paying attention to and how you perceive it. Like, if we're a bunch of neurons racing around in our little nervous systems and a consciousness sitting in this form operating this body, then everything outside of us is not real. So why would we pay attention to that? If there's things happening out there, like, I don't know, they're driving around with their little one light going, look at me, I'm fucking special, whatever they're thinking, if they're thinking anything, or if they're just little robots guided to drive down the road and maybe they've got a faulty drive light, I don't know, maybe they've got a switch, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you say it doesn't matter, it won't matter. And what does matter? We bring things into form, into matter with our thoughts and what we pay attention to. So the longer we pay attention to that shit, the more we're going to see it. And then we come to the inner stuff, and taking back, we have a 4-body system, as I say. We've got the physical, the etheric, the astral, the emotional body, and the mental body. And this is the one that after. They can use the emotional body and all of our old wounding and things like that to provoke us and trigger us and get us to act out. Or we can have a look at those things and do some inner work and say to our inner child, it's cool, that guy was an asshole. He was supposed to behave responsibly. He didn't. It's not your fault. And this is how we heal ourselves. So then we change the thoughts. We've gone back to the root of the problem, and then we look forward and look at all the choices that we've made based on that wounded child, and we go, I choose differently now. So when you come to that crossroad where the inner child goes, hang on, we got a wound here, whoop, we go, that wound is okay, that wound is healing, it's got, it's a scar now, it's not a wound, it cannot be opened again, we understand what's going on, and we're moving forward. We're going this way this time. We're not going around that fucking trauma loop and back into that pain where they want us in the past. We look at it. This is, mastering your thoughts and choosing what you want to think about. Our pain is valid, it's real. Our tears are our soul speaking and releasing, and there's chemicals in those tears as well. Like, if you look, there was a dude that did some things on the different qualities of tears. There's onion tears, had a different makeup, pain tears, all this sort of stuff. So, our body's freaking amazing, and we have been taught to just, use it without thinking and without gratitude and appreciation and finding out how it bloody works. We need to understand what part of our brain they're accessing and what they're doing, and our nervous system, our vagus nerve, and our flight and flight response. We need to be able to understand these things, because they do, and they're using this against us. And we can, if with understanding and clarity, can grab those reins, as I say, and we can be in charge of the body instead of them fucking pulling our strings, literally pulling our strings. So people, when we laugh, we let go of happy juice. So we can, humour is a fantastic healing tool, and laughter is the release. If we can shift our focus away from it's all over me, it's heavy, it hurts, it's bad, it's fucking oppressing, it's this and that, which is where they want you to sit in and put out all the unhappy chemicals, then they're one. And when we can deliberately go, fucking I let that go, bing, I choose to be joyfully present here now and happy. And I choose humour for healing and laughter for release. Amusement is my natural state of being. Vibrant well-being. I am grateful for this body and this vibrant well-being. Blah, 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 blah. And you go on your rampage. I've shifted my focus away from it's all fucked. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I think it's about the perception, how we see things, pulling back into our centre. If you're sitting at your centre and watching what's going on rather than it fucking bashing you around like a tree in the wind, even though you've got to be flexible in that wind. But you're making your life happen, not letting them make it happen to you. I think that's it. Anyway, take good care. Do some baking. I made some cookies last night. They were absolutely fabulous. And the second ones, I got distracted. The second batch, I got distracted and nearly burnt. Well, let's just say it set off the smoke alarm. So I was saved from all those calories. Let's have a look at it. Not, oh my God, I fucked up. I did this. The house smells like burnt cookies. No, I'm saved from eating all those calories now. Anyway, it's all about positivity. So yeah, kia ora. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy yourselves. As I say, bake some cookies, don't burn them. Focus on your gratitude, like looking out there. I've been watching, the clouds have gone now, the big cloud came over. I'm grateful I can feed the birds and the magpies and go for walks and go and have another cup of coffee. I'm grateful, even though coffee is $9 something a fucking bag for the granules. Anyway, kia ora. Bye now.